That's like the fourth grand total. There were two back to back right at the beginning of the last to be continued.
Hello, hello.
That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we've forgotten anything? Damn it, Von Karma even rigged the bird!
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi.
Yes, we do. Guess I gotta be honest, I don't know what to do, what to say to her to make her do it. I don't know. Wait, what? I'm willing to throw away shit. Good at it. Yeah. Okay. We've only got one more option. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to... Ugh, Maya. Do something useful. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe.
Oh, the safe. Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
1228, 1228.
Hi, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ah, ridiculous. Yes, they figured out what the numbers are. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Maybe... You might be onto something. Fuck, I'm gonna do this. Take that! The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? In the case summary? Hold on. Yes. Okay. In the case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. Date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. Which doesn't prove jack shit. That's how important that date was to him. I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Note to self. Steal Von Karma's debit card after we're done here. Indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting close. One more if we can get just one more piece of evidence.
And now we're going to do what you did. Now we're going to do what Rogue said. Right, but what? Very well, witness, you may continue. What's her name? Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly, what's your name?
Polly. Rah!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Ah, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? And show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the DL6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Chickens. Polly! Yes, it's Polly. Congrats, you figured it out, my dude. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she called Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? How old are you, and is your granddaughter of age and attractive? Because if yes, let's go, dude. She's only 7 years old, no longer interested. Thank you for your attempt, though. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop, immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi? So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admitted I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Here we go. There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Quit giving them party poppers. That is all. This court is adjourned. There it is. Did someone just say objection? Also, why... It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth. Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad.
Did he kill his own dad? Because if he did, I mean, can't really help him here. Uh-oh, what do I do? What the hell, edgy indeed. I don't know if I should object at this point or let him talk for a minute first. Fuck it. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years,
I've had a reoccurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yana Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me.
Order, order! This is certainly unexpected. Defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here. Right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Oof. Things just got funky.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy, just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare. What?
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. If in any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Just trust me.
Right.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, please.
That was terribly delivered, by the way, Maya's line. Oh my god, I'm so bad sometimes. that day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Certainly prepared for it. The setup of this murder influenced Edgeworth, I think, reminded him of DL6 and convinced him. Yeah, this whole thing is... yeah, a thing. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Pah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, we gotta get this in one, because I don't have much health left. Alright, let's just push everything. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator? Yes. Myself, my father, and Yana Yogi. Yeah. He is damn clever. I don't think the murder of Edgeworth's father was originally meant to convict this dude. I think he would have been happy with the bailiff getting sentenced for it and just walking away. But since Edgeworth, the bailiff, wasn't ever found innocent, and then Edgeworth went on to be successful, I think Karma was like, well, let's hit them one more time. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help. Welcome to the stream, Purple. How you doing? My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. That sounds like fun. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff Yana Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up? What happened next? That was bad. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up, and I threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Shit. I wanted to call him on that one. Yeah. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day? Yes. I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I'd better find out and quick. Alright, now I gotta get to the right part. This has gotta be it. Gotta be right here. Bam! Objection! So there was only one gunshot. Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Take a look at this. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony. Well, I can see the victim, Gregory Edgeworth, lying there, but what do you mean a contradiction? Just as I thought, the judge is clueless as always. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Alright. There it is. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one, but two shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm a second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused at the time of the incident? Sure. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole in the door was related to this incident? Your Honor, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page shows the link between this bullet hole and the DL6 incident? It's actually in page 1 in the case summary. I think. I'm going to verify because I don't have points to spare. Yes, it's on page 1 on the case summary. Mr. Wright, please think how we feel having to look at this evidence time and time again. Every time you show us ridiculous evidence, I feel, well, mocked. Well, I really don't mean any harm by it, Your Honor. Not meaning any harm and not doing any harm are two different things, Mr. Wright. Try again. Why?